first-degree and second-degree manslaughter. So the maximum sentence in this case is 15 years on the books. But the prosecution in their court filings have asked for 7 years, essentially, which is what the sentencing guidelines for this type of crime suggest. So that's what we expect from that side. From the defense, yes, we may hear from Potter herself. You'll recall she testified during the trial, and she was very emotional, very remorseful. Some observers didn't quite feel a lot of sympathy for her because she's a 26-year police veteran who essentially says that she mistook her weapon for a taser, something that she'd been trained about for many, many years. So we expect to hear perhaps from her and from supporters of hers who we believe have submitted letters to the court talking about how good and decent a person she is. She's a mother, she's married, she has ties to this community, and they are going to, the defense, ask for leniency. They're going to ask probably for more probation time than any prison time. They would probably argue that prison for a police officer is a very dangerous place potentially, and they are going to try and do everything they can, we would think, to keep her out of prison. So yes, this could go on for some time. We'll recall also that this is the same courtroom where Derek Chauvin was sentenced in the murder of George Floyd some time ago. So there is that as well. The judge has a lot of things to consider. There's a lot of pressure on the judge, on the court system here, to do right by this family.
Ron, does history or precedent give us any indication then of where the judge might go with the sentencing decision?
Again, I think we're in somewhat uncharted waters. Yes, there are all kinds of court precedents, and that's why, again, the prosecution seems to be asking for 7 years, not the full 15 years. And you may remember during the court proceedings, they argued that there were aggravating circumstances that suggested that she should be convicted and sentenced to a even longer term. They have backed away from that argument. It's unclear exactly why. We may hear more of an explanation during the court proceeding. But to some extent, again, this is a very political environment. We know what's been happening in Minneapolis. There was the George Floyd case. Just yesterday, I attended a funeral of Amir Locke, a young man who was shot and killed during this no-knock warrant raid by police just a couple of weeks ago. The trial of the 3 officers who were also charged in George Floyd's death along with Derek Chauvin, that trial is happening in a federal court in St. Paul, not far from here. So there's a lot going on in this town. The judge, everybody in this is a human being, and they have to be aware of this. And advocates for the family, for Daunte Wright's family, and advocates across the country want a statement in this sentence. And so they are hoping and pushing for the most serious sentence that they can get.
Ron Allen in Minneapolis. Ron, thank you.
This morning, former President Trump is facing another legal defeat. A judge ruled that he and his children, Ivanka and Donald Jr., must answer questions under oath from New York Attorney General Letitia James. She's leading a civil probe into the Trump Organization for possible financial fraud. Joining us now is NBC News national security correspondent Ken Delanian and legal analyst Danny Ceballos. Good morning to both of you. And Ken, I will begin with you. So first, just tell us about this ruling from the judge and this very direct statement we have from him on it.
Grand Theft and the PS5.
Getting that from YouTube.
Considerable resources of my employer. It's a more civilized way of doing things. Until every cutthroat and gutter trash got their filthy hands on them, it cannot be allowed to continue. The value of Capitale depends on a certain exclusivity. Understand? Come. I don't know how much you have heard of our ambitious new senator, Anton Urquhart. He's an officious, naive man who's yet to learn how politics work. But his grand plans to make the moon the star of the next year's state fair in Sacramento. He has also been making life very difficult for us.
Excuse me for a moment. Forgive me, senor. I thought we'd be meeting alone.
Who is this?
He was just arrested by one of my men in the old quarter. Thought you might be interested. See what they found in his possession.
How did you come by this? You stole it, yes?
No. Please, senor. Senor Martelli.
Do not speak my name, Porco.
I found it. I swear to you, I did. I found it. I did.
On your knees.
I swear to you. No, please.
Well, Did you steal it?
Yeah, I promise you that I didn't steal.
I will ask you only one more time. Where did you steal it?
From some of the Cornwalls boys. Leviticus Cornwall.
Thank you, Chief. I trust this man will face the full penalty of the law.
Most assuredly, Senor.
Good. Proceed.
Is there, anything else?
No, I think that was enough, don't you?
Yes, sir.
So, to my proposition. You will find bids like that one as far from here as New Austin, if you know where to look. I need every piece of Capitale taken out of circulation and returned to me. I warn you, some of this work will require a strong constitution. In return, I will reward you with a unique business opportunity involving our friend, Senator Ricard. But that is for later. I wish to see the quality of your work before I reveal my hand. I'm sure you understand. Now, it is best we do not meet again. All further communication will be through my intermediaries. Some of them are friends of yours already. I believe Mr. Foreman, Mr. Langton. In any case, bring them enough Capitale to impress me, and I assure you it will be worth your while. Now, if you excuse me, buona caccia.
Oh shit.
So fancy. Capitale sure ends up in some nasty pairs of hands. Got a new opportunity. Might even be some Capitale involved. I know. This whole Capitale business is just a little too civilized, ain't it? Don't sit right. You got a Capitale shortage, my friend. This letter stays just where it is. Risky business these days, getting from one place to another. And certain kinds of people got more to lose than others. I ain't talking no legitimate businessmen neither. I'm talking common crooks on the land. Running from old John Law on account of the dollars they stole. And running from Signor Martelli on account of the Capitale. Now, I'll leave the law to handle their own affairs. As for the rest, that's where you catch up to them. Good hunting.
Grand Theft Auto 5 won't play on PS5.
Getting that from YouTube.
I want to say I get a comment on someone having some kind of issue downloading or playing GTA 5 like every other day, if not every day. I made a video a while back on how to download PS5 games, and apparently this rule doesn't apply to GTA 5 for some people, or I don't know what's going on. I've also had like a handful of people ask me if their disc for some reason will work or be useful in their PS5 digital. Let me tell you guys, if you have a disc, any disc, it doesn't have to be GTA 5, it is 100% useless if you don't have a disc drive in your console. I thought it was kind of obvious, but apparently people think you can just bring over a PS3 game or a PS4 game to their non-existent disc drive. I just want to give a shout out to the dude that somewhere in the comments, he said that he had one GTA disc and he tried installing his game to 2 PS5s. But for some reason, when he took out the disc on the second one, it wouldn't let him play the game. This isn't old school PC gaming. You don't just grab a disc, put it in one PS5, install, and take it out and call it a day. If that was the case, we'd just be sharing one disc for every game to get every one of these games. I've had zero issues downloading any game, including GTA 5, on my PS5. If you own any PS4 game, go to your library in the PS5 and you should be able to download it. Now, I want to say part of the reason I might not have an issue with this, with GTA 5 particularly, is because I've owned GTA 5 on PS4 for years now, and I can't see like the product in the PSN store. I don't know what it looks like when you're trying to buy it, so I'm going to attempt on going on an alternate account and seeing what it looks like in the store when you try to buy the game if you don't own it. I'm going to repeat this again. If you have a GTA 5 PS4 disc, you will have to rebuy the game digitally if you want to play it on your digital console. Digitally. On digital. I'm sorry for coming off so strong, guys. If you would like to see me be nice about how to download games, go watch my other video on how to download PS5 games digitally. Now, back to the video. I'm gonna be honest, I'm sick of seeing a problem with your GTA 5 game that runs exactly the same as it does on your PS4. You might as well just play it on your PS4. Why take up however many gigabytes? I know it's a lot of gigs for GTA anyway. You know, why take up your PS5 storage if you still have a PS4 just to play this game? It's not gonna run any better. Maybe the load times are a little better, but honestly, you might as well just download a game that's gonna be worth taking up that space. That's just my opinion. If you need to absolutely have GTA 5 on your PS5 just cause, so be it. If you bought GTA 5 digitally on PS3, that is also absolutely useless because the game got remastered, and that is the one that is on PS4. That's the one you want to buy. And if you can't for some reason download it on your PS5, maybe try downloading it on your PS4. And if you can't do that, you can also use your app on your phone to browse the PSN store, or you can use the computer and go to the website and browse games there as well. I cannot see the product page because I already own the game. What I'm going to do here in a little bit is show you how simple it is for me to download the game when I go to my library, and I'm also going to sign into a different account that doesn't have the game on it, go to the store and see what it looks like from people's point of view that are trying to buy the game that apparently are not able to. it should be this simple, guys, if you already own GTA 5 on the PS4. You don't have to go to the store, first thing. You go all the way to the right, game library, and if you own it, it should be in your collection already. So filter out the collection to see what your games are. You can go here, platform, PS4. Now it's going to show me all my PS4 games. If I go down here, we have GTA 5. Press GTA 5. First thing you see is the download button. And that's it. It's downloading. Or it will once my other games are done downloading. If you see something that says view product or something, I cannot relate to that. So I'm going to sign into a different account and see if I can see what you guys see when you try to buy the game. Okay, so I went ahead and signed into my friend's account. He does not own GTA 5 for the PS4, so we're going to go ahead and open the store. And we're just going to search GTA 5. And hopefully I can see what the problem is with some of you are having. Okay, so right away, the first thing that your screen will show, that the store will show, is the GTA 5 Premium Edition, which seems like it's the PS4 game. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And this is the standard game with nothing added to it. It's $29.99. If you have a disc for GTA 5, it will not work on the digital PS5, and you'll have to rebuy the game. This is the one you buy. It's just a Premium Edition. I guess that's just a standard go-to game if you just want to play GTA 5 and GTA 5 online. Should be the first one. The problem some of you are probably running into is this GTA Online Criminal Enterprise starter pack. It's unavailable. This will take you to a view game page, and then this takes you to another page to view a product, and then it takes you right back to the Premium Edition, which should be the version that you guys are getting anyway. So ignore this unavailable product. If you already bought the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, I don't know the contents of what is in there, but you already own it, so you should just have to go to your library and just download GTA 5. The only thing I could really think of that people are encountering is in their library it says they own GTA 5 Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, right? And then it takes them to this page in the store, probably, I don't know. And then they go here and it's telling them that they need a whatever view product. I don't really know what issue people are having. It should just be something simple. If for some reason you get stuck in a loop, I guess the only thing I can really suggest is when you're in the product page and it tells you anything. If you see this thing like you have to buy it again, maybe hit the 3 dots and you'll see your version of the game that you already own. And when you click these different ones, it takes you to them. So maybe whatever one you own will pop up here and you should be able to download it. That's the only thing I could think of that people are having an issue with. Other than that, it's really simple to download this game. I don't understand why so many people are asking about it and having issues downloading it. Hopefully that helps some of you guys out, you GTA 5 connoisseurs, enthusiasts, addicts. I'm going to be honest with you, if you still can't get this game to download on the PS5, I think maybe you just deserve to stare at those clouds for 10 minutes and just play on your PS4, because if you can't figure it out by now, then you just probably shouldn't be playing it, honestly. Anyway, hopefully this helped you. If you were having a real issue with it, hopefully this solved your issue, or I don't know, I just showed you what I saw on my screen, and I didn't run into any crazy issues because I own the game, and even when I signed into an account that didn't own the game, it didn't seem that hard to just go in and buy it. So hopefully you have that figured out. I don't know if maybe they fixed the issue that most of you were having, but ignore that unavailable title and just download the Premium Edition if that's what issue you were having with the unavailable thing. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully that cleared up the GTA 5 thing. A whole video just for the GTA 5 download. I didn't think I was going to have to make this video. I didn't even think I would have to make a video on how to download PS5 games, period. But I did make that video, and that video actually did a lot better than I thought it would. So thank you guys for watching that video. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel. I will have more videos for you guys in the next couple of days. Hopefully some streams. So, what was I going to say? Tune into the channel. Subscribe if you're new. We're almost at 900 subscribers, and then the big grind to 1,000. Hopefully we get that soon. I'm going to try to pick up the pace on the videos. If you don't know the streaming schedule, the upload schedule, go ahead and watch that video. It was my last video that I made. And I think that's it for this video. I will see you guys on the next one.
PlayStation 4 fans who have upgraded to a new PS5, fear not. The new system is backward compatible with many of your favorite PS4 games. Today I'm going to show you a few ways to transfer your PS4 games and save data to your PS5. Sony's made it very easy to set up your PS5 and get started playing many of your favorite titles from the previous generation console. Let's start by looking at how to move your games, and we'll look at the save data later on. The first method is a straight-up data transfer between the PS4 and the PS5. Before you start, make sure your PS4 has the latest system update installed. To do that, go to Settings, then select System Software Update. If you have an update available, go ahead and install it before proceeding. But if not, you're stoked. Also, make sure you're signed into the same account you're planning on using on the new system. Now you need to connect both systems to the same network. That can be a wired connection with each one going through your internet router, or a Wi-Fi connection. To speed up the transfer via Wi-Fi, you can also connect the PS4 directly to the PS5 with an Ethernet. On the PS5, navigate over to Settings, System, and under System Software, select Data Transfer. Hit OK a couple times, or Continue, and it's going to look for the PS4 on your network. Then the PS5 will ask you to press the power button on the PS4 for 1 second. After a few moments, you'll be presented with a list of the games and apps that have save data you might want to transfer. Go ahead and select some or none or all of that data, depending on your needs, then hit Next. Here you'll see a list of the games and apps that are available to transfer. Go ahead and select the ones you want to move. I have a 2 terabyte drive in my PS4, and the PS5 currently has decidedly less than that, so I'll have to be selective in my transfers. Hit Next again and you'll get an estimate of how long it's going to take to transfer your files. But we all know it's probably going to take a lot longer. Now just select Start Transfer and let the consoles do the rest. Both systems will restart during the process. Once the PS5 restarts, you can check the downloads area to see how much time you have left in your transfer. Remember before it said 4 minutes and now it says 13? The data will continue to transfer in the background, so you can keep playing Miles Morales while you wait. When that's all finished, you'll see your games are here ready to play. You can also look over here in the game library and see your game is listed as installed instead of needing to download it. The next option, which is my favorite, is to use an external hard drive. Some of you may already have one of these connected to your PS4 for storing extra games. Now this never occurred to me, so I'm starting fresh. And some of you probably are too. But if you already have one, hang tight to it. To start using an external drive, plug it into your PS4. Now navigate to Settings, go down to Devices, and then USB storage devices. Select your drive, then select Format as Extended Storage. Here it says you can install applications but not save data. Hit Next, then hit Format, and Yes to continue. Alright, hit OK. Now this little green dot tells you that your disk is mounted and ready to use. To start transferring your games, back out to the Settings menu, then choose Storage, and when it's done calculating, select System Storage. Your games are stored here under Applications, as are other things like video apps. Highlight a title from the list, press the Options button, and select Move to Extended Storage. Here you can select multiple games and apps to transfer if you like. Make your selection and choose Move, and then hit OK. Once you confirm, you're presented with the status bar. Unfortunately, you can't leave this menu while it's copying, so you might want to go do something else for a bit. But I'll be right here. Oh good, you're back. Well, once this is done copying, you'll notice that those titles no longer show up on this list. But if you back out here and look at your extended storage, you'll see any titles that you transferred to the drive. You can't have 2 copies of it, otherwise your entire video game industry will collapse. Before you unplug the USB drive, go back here to your devices, select the drive, and then stop using this extended storage. That'll unmount the drive and allow you to safely unplug it. Now that we all have our external storage there, it's time to plug it into the PS5. Can you guess where we're going next? That's right, it's settings, storage, and now we'll select extended storage, and games and apps. And look at that. Here are all the items on our extended drive, including the ones that you can delete or the ones you can move. Now you have a choice. You can choose to move your PS4 game onto the PS5, or, and here's what I would recommend, you can leave them on the extended storage drive and save space on your PS5's internal drive, which is so small anyway. The PS5 lets you play PS4 games directly from external storage, so that's why I'm planning to keep them. A couple of caveats though. First, since we're so early in the PS5's life cycle, there have been some reported issues involving external storage. I haven't run into any of them myself yet, so I've got my fingers crossed. But if you're worried about these problems, I might suggest disconnecting this external drive when not in use. Just be sure to use this button here like we did on the PS4. Second, some games like the original Spider-Man for PS4 have PS5 upgrades you can install. In that case, the new PS5 version will have to be installed directly on your PS5 system disk, not on the external drive. Just something to keep in mind if you're trying to save space. But once those bugs get worked out, and until we get the option to upgrade the internal drive on the PS5, I think storing all the PS4 games on the external drive is a great solution. Which brings me to the next option for installing PS4 games, using PS4 discs. Of course, you're going to need the disc version of the PS5 instead of the digital version, but if you happen to have one like I do here, just pop in the PS4 disc to install the game. One thing to note here, if you do have an external drive attached at this time, there is a default setting here to automatically install PS4 games to the external storage. For me, that's a win, so I'm not either. If you want to install your PS4 discs to your console storage, then turn this setting off before inserting the disc. Either way, you're still going to have the disc inserted on the drive. Finally, these might seem like the most obvious thing, but if you bought or downloaded games from the PlayStation Store in the past, you can re-download them on your new system. Just make sure you're logged into the same account. If you've got a fast internet connection or just want to download a couple titles, this might be your best bet. You can download these titles again from your game library, or from the PlayStation Store, though it's going to be harder to find them here. Of course, this works for any PlayStation Plus games you've added to your library before, as long as your account is still active. But again, if you have an external drive attached, these will be installed to that drive automatically, unless you have this toggled to off. Okay, well that takes care of your games. But don't forget about your game saves. As we saw, you can copy those over to the PS5 using the data transfer method. Unfortunately, you cannot copy them to your external storage device that you're using for games. You do have a couple other options though. On your PS4, go to Settings, and then go to Applications Save Data Management, and then select Saved Data in System Storage. You now have a choice to upload to online storage if you have an active PlayStation Plus account, or copy to a USB storage device. In this case, a USB thumb drive would suffice. I'll pick the cloud first. I can choose to upload them individually. Or if I press Options on the controller, I can select multiple applications. I can select multiple titles, or even select all. Hit Upload and away they go. If I want to go the USB route, it's the same thing. Insert your drive, select Copy to USB storage device, pick your titles, and hit Copy. Make sure to eject the USB drive before removing it. Go ahead and plug your drive into the PS5, and go to the Save Data and Game App settings. Under Save Data PS4, select cloud storage or USB drive, depending on which method you're using. Then select the title or titles you want to transfer, and either download or copy. If you routinely back up your saves to the cloud anyway, you may not need to go through this process, but it's a good idea to back them up anyway if you're planning on retiring your PS4. And while you're here, you may want to take a look at what's happening with your PS5 save data. It's set to auto-sync to the cloud by default, so if that's what you want to happen, you're all set. You'll have backups handy when the PS6 comes out. At this point, I hope you're ready to stop tinkering with your PS5 and start playing some games. Be sure to come back to our channel for more how-to videos like this. And you can find even more PS5 coverage, as well as Xbox coverage, over on the CNET channel. Now it's time for me to dive into a little Astral Playroom.
guys, coming over to our console gaming setup, we have an Xbox Series X, we have a PlayStation 3, Xbox One X, PlayStation 4, and finally the PlayStation 5. So it's been hard work trying to get hold of this one, managed to get a pre-order on it. So let's unbox this and get this set up. Hi guys, today we're unboxing and setting up the PlayStation 5. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. So this has been a real mission to get hold of. On the pre-order date, missed out on it, so we didn't manage to get it then. On the release date in the UK, similar thing was going to happen. Again, websites were going down, it was really tough to get hold of. But we managed to join a queue in game.co.uk, and we managed to pick up a bundle which had the PlayStation Player 1 t-shirt, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Demon's Souls. So it worked out around £590. So let's take a look around the packaging. It comes in quite a large box, carry handle at the top. Looking at the top, you can see Sony in this corner, and on this one, PS5, PlayStation. Looking at this side, you can see Sony again, and 8K, 4K, 120. So the 120 stands for 120 frames per second. HDR support, PS5, PlayStation 5, picture of the console here, and the controller just over here. Coming around the side, PS5, PlayStation 5, and details of content just down there. Turning around this side, play like never before, lightning speed, so harness the power of a custom CPU SSD with integrated I/O that rewrite the rules of what the PlayStation console can do. Breathtaking immersion, discover a deeper gaming experience with the support for haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio technology. Stunning games. Marvel at incredible graphics and experience new PS5 features. Play a back catalogue of supported PS4 games with system update. So some backwards compatibility available on this. Looking over here, 825 gig it's saying, so that's how much storage you have on there. Should be interesting to see how much is actually available after you take into account the operating system, so we'll have a look at that as well. Spinning around this side, just pictures of the console. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. So let's peel off the sticker at the top here. Open this, and it looks like the whole carry case comes out of here. Now looking at the box, you've got the PlayStation logo there. Just spin it around briefly, nothing else on that side or that side. And drop that tab down, open this up, and it just shows up here. If I flip it around again, you just take the top packaging out and then slide out the PlayStation. So open that, this should open up, and will slide out the PlayStation. It just looks enormous already. Oh my god. Taking the cover off this one. We'll just take the cover off initially and we'll have a look at it in a second. Now opening up the box you get with this, that reveals the guarantee details in this, and it looks like it's multi-language. Then you've got safety guide, having a brief flick through that, all in English. And then we've got the quick start guide, and again looking in this, all in English. Even has some colour pictures. I've got a power cord, and just looking at the connector for the PlayStation, standard one they had on the previous one, and the same one they use on the Xbox as well. Then we have the controller. I've already done an unboxing of a controller, so check that out if you want to see more details about it. So if you want to see that, there'll be a card over here, just click on that to have a more detailed view of this, and just to check out how to add it on to a PC or an Android device. Now coming in close, I'll just do a brief intro just to show. Size-wise, it's slightly larger than the PS4 controller. Buttons either side here, buttons here, you've got the PlayStation button here, and a microphone mute button. Haptic triggers at the back, got a Type-C connector there for charging. Now coming in close, you can see all the little PlayStation logos all on this. Looking at the side here, same on this side. Feel-wise, has a really good, comfortable feel to it. And I like the fact they've integrated a mic on this, so you could actually game without having a headset. You could just have obviously the sound coming from your TV and then speak and the microphone will pick it up. Next, looking in here, open that up. We've got a stand here. So this is for if you wanted to place the PlayStation horizontally. And you've got a screw point, looks like there as well. Does it turn? Nothing turns. We'll have a look at that in a bit. And then you've got a HDMI cable. Build of this one feels good. Nice thick chunky cable on there. And looking in here, you've got a charging cable. USB-A to Type-C on here. And build quality doesn't seem too bad on this one either. Okay, so now looking at the PlayStation itself, a real beast in terms of size. It's 39 centimeters tall, 26.5 centimeters deep, and the width is 8 centimeters on here. Now, design-wise, you've got a glossy black finish going all the way around here, and you've got two side panels on there. Coming in close, you've got a CD drive here, and you've got a power button just over there. Then you've got an eject button, and then coming along, you've got a Type-C connector, then you've got a USB connector, and then nothing else. If I spin it around, all nice and glossy, and then now looking at the side panels here, so if I move it back, you can see there's nothing on this side. Flipping it around, you can see the PlayStation logo here, and that sort of goes through there. Now, if I come round the back, you can see the vents for it. There's a Kensington locking point just over here, and then coming along, you can see USB connection, another USB connection, and then an Ethernet connection point, HDMI, and the power connection point. Now coming around the back here, a few more vents here, and there's a small circle, and if I put my nail in there, pop it off, you've got a hole. So there's two mounting positions for this. So if I now come over to the stand, in terms of build quality, all strong plastic on here, got two rubber areas there, and if I come in close, it looks like all the PlayStation logos on here. So I don't know if you could just make that out on the camera. But pretty cool how they've done it. Got some slots over here, either side, and then looking underneath, and there's supposed to be a screw with this, so if I turn it, that reveals the screw. So that screw is used for mounting the PlayStation directly on top of this. So what you do with that plastic removed from there, you can place this underneath. So just to show, so you take the PlayStation and the area which has a larger black area, you slot these two into that position and then you screw it in. And they sort of recommend using this if you're going to have it standing up like so. Now to have it horizontally, what that involves, if I take it out of there. So now looking here at the side, you can see some of the PlayStation logos just in this area. So this is the point where the mount can go and hook onto. The indicator which way around is, if you don't see the screw point, then you know that's for the horizontal mount. And you just line up the two squares either side, hook it on like that, and then you've got your horizontal mounting position there. So there you go, as simple as that. Another thing to briefly show, you've got Sony on that side, nothing on the other side, but coming in close on here, you can see all the PlayStation logos around here. And this is on the other side as well, just to show. There you go, really cool. So, surprised how big it is. I have heard other people saying it is enormous, and I have to say it is really big. Now for my particular setup, what I've done, I've moved the Xbox Series X just over here. I think at a later stage I might juggle the consoles about, get a bit more tidier. I might slot in both the Xbox and the PlayStation into one of the slots down there. But in the meanwhile, I will just go for installing over there. So I'll go for the vertical installation of this. Next, let's get this connected up. So first of all, the power cable goes in here. Then we've got the HDMI cable. And I prefer to have things wired, so I've got an Ethernet cable going directly to my router. And that's it. Let's turn on the PlayStation for the first time. So press the power button to hear it beep. And a blue light comes on just over here. HDRs are already kicked in on this. So now it's saying plug in the controller. Now plug in the cable into the controller. If we listen on screen, it's actually saying in different languages to get it connected up by the cable. And if you look, it's glowing slightly around the edges. You can see there. And if I now press the PlayStation logo, there you go. The first thing is language selection, so we're finding English United Kingdom next to that. Okay, so it's got a screen reader, which is reading off the instructions on the screen. I can turn that off. Okay, next is adjust display area. So we just press the arrows to enable us to do that. And that's the maximum area covered now. You can see the circles in each corner. Okay, for that. So now it's saying to adjust the brightness until the symbol is barely visible. Next to that, same thing again, adjust until it's barely visible. Next again, same thing again. Okay to that. Now it's saying insert a game disc. If you have a game disc, insert it now and we'll install it while you continue setup. We can do this later on, so I'll say continue without disc. Power options for rest mode, so control the amount of power consumed and features your PS5 to use while in rest mode. So at the moment it's set to low power use. So with this, it doesn't apply any updates. They'll only download and install when the console is on, and it doesn't charge the controllers. So optimized experience, this will apply the latest updates, and it turns on remotely when you connect using the PlayStation app or remote play. And it charges the controllers after entering rest mode, so it consumes more power, as it says, and custom, so we can fiddle around with the settings for how you want it. Now we'll go for low power use, and OK for that. Let's agree to that, and confirm. Update system software, update the system software to use network features and get the most out of your PS5, continue on that. System software update, your PS5 system software will be updated, your PS5 will restart and start the update. All data for guests will be deleted. Okay, go for update. Okay, so updates have been applied. Now it's saying press the PS button on your controller. A new version of the wireless controller device software is available. Your console won't need to restart for this update, so we'll update now. Okay, so now it's saying to sign in to the PlayStation network. So let me do this hot camera. Okay, so I've created a new account, and let's click OK. Family on PlayStation, set up a family to tailor your children's experience with parental controls. OK to this. Download media apps. We'll do this later. There you go. Welcome to PlayStation 5. All ready to go. It's as simple as that to get up and running. So first of all, Astro's Playground. So it's a full game which is free. So if I now come over to get that installed. Now first thing is, curious about the storage on here. If I come over to settings, go down to storage, and there you go. So in terms of storage, space available to install games on is 667.2 gig available. So really quite minimal if you think about it. In terms of quite a high-end console, you've got the minimum amount available. But storage-wise, obviously it's a premium storage, it's SSD, it's a solid state drive in there. So performance-wise on the drive, it'll be super fast. Extended storage, this is where you can plug in a hard disk and get additional storage, so I'll do a video showing that at some point. Back from here, screen and video coming in here, video output and resolution set to automatic, and video output information. So you can see here resolution at the moment is 3840 by 2160 at 60 Hertz, so that's 4K. And now looking below, information for the connected HDMI device, you can see the supported frequencies. So supported wise is 120 Hertz maximum. Back from here, HDR is set to automatic, just HDR, full color output. So that's automatically turned on my TV when it picks up the PlayStation. Now let's have a look around the interface. So this is what you're initially presented with, and if you go along and see what's installed, so obviously Astro's Playground, and coming along you've got PlayStation Plus. This is where you can sign up for a subscription. Obviously you've got to pay for that. That's the price to get a 12-month subscription, so $49.99, but there are other ways of getting it cheaper from other websites. And again, I'll do a video on that at a later stage. PlayStation Now, and these are games on demand. Then you've got Media Gallery, and this is where all your screenshots and video clips are stored. Share Factory, then we've got Remote Play. So I'll aim to do a video on this at some point as well, show Remote Play. And coming across, you've got Game Library, so you can see all the games installed. So at the moment, obviously, I've only installed Astro's Playground. Now, going up from here, going to Media, going back from there, you've got all apps. Then you've got TV and video, and then App Library. So no apps have been installed yet. If I go down, you see all the apps available. And we'll install YouTube now. Okay, that's downloaded in the background. Just to go down, just to show a few more. That's all that is available. Coming back from there, then clicking across, going to games, scrolling down from there. Obviously there's a play button here to start playing this. Coming down, more details. Okay, let's go up now. Going back, you can see PlayStation Store, and going in there, you can purchase games. See here, so you can purchase them straight online, so you don't have to wait for anything to be delivered. And going across, you can see all the games coming out soon. I guess for me, I'm quite excited to try out Gran Turismo 7, and then coming down, let's go back to the top. Got collections, subscriptions, and browse. And then coming up, if I click on search, you can search for different things. So you see list at the top, games, media, players. Back from there. So now looking at the side, you've got the voice icon here. If I click on that, so using voice input, so I can actually speak into the controller now, and it will pick up my voice to search for something. Call of Duty. And there you go. How good is that? So the fact the controller has a microphone in here is really useful. Now coming back from here, going across, you've got settings, and here are all the setting options. So I'll briefly go through these. So users, guide.
What the man is talking about.
Last month, Misha Renee went on TikTok asking the world to help her find this mystery man she met in Miami in August. But Last month, Misha Renee went on TikTok asking the world to help her find this mystery man she met in Miami in August.
Alright, let's try him out.
But things got messy when the world collectively found out who he really is. 8 million people watched Misha Renee's TikTok with the caption saying, quote, TikTok, help me find this man I met in Miami. He walked right in the ocean to introduce himself to me. I was lit when he gave me his number. I'm counting on y'all. Hopefully he ain't married.
The only reason I did it is because I was on TikTok and I seen the popular trend that was help me find him. It was just simply just to reconnect. It wasn't anything more.
Oh, but he is married. For 6 years, in fact, with 4 kids. I tracked him down. This mystery man is Aiden Giles from the Detroit area. He had no idea the video was posted at first. It was his wife, Cherie, who said somebody texted her about the video.
We just immediately started arguing. I immediately started cussing him out. Like, bro, you really got me messed up. And I kept asking, I said, did you sleep with him? He said, no.
So she messages Misha directly.
I said, did you sleep with him? She said, no, we literally only met at the beach, and that was it.
You see his face? That's what I said. You know I was lying? I know. I didn't lie. That's what I told her. I didn't see my ticket her. I didn't get a chance to.
So I'm like, well, you looking for him this hard. Obviously, it's something to y'all. She's like, is that your man? I said, not no more. Not anymore. And then she was like, if you don't mind me asking, like, who are you? I said, that's my husband.
I like how in the original TikTok she went, hopefully he ain't married. Which goes to show you how often married niggas is doing shady shit. Of course. Yeah, of course. Hopefully he ain't married. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
She says Misha apologized immediately in their messages saying, quote, "Sis, I'm sorry. I had no clue something would happen. I wish the best for you and your kids. I won't be reaching out to him."
I told her, I'm like, sis, you can have it. I'm good.
Can you not delete the video? I don't want him lying about this too.
It was disrespectful. Was it cheating? No, it was not cheating. But it was disrespectful.
I didn't know about me. You know what this is like? This is a man who did something wrong, but is trying to get off trying to get off on a technicality.
But the thing that happened is that it looked bad. It looked sus. It looks sus, but it don't mean that some shit happened. But it looks sus. I can understand. You kids are hard.
Can I ask you something? You go to the beach, you talk to the girl, you go to the beach or something. That's crazy. Because, listen, to me, it's not even were you successful. It's were you trying. It's not did you do it. Were you trying to do it? You didn't get caught. No, you just didn't get to succeed. Right? Because if we touched up on camera being this stupid and trying to get this girl's number, what were you doing when the cameras weren't? Yes. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because this is brazen and stupid shit.
This is...
You don't start here. Wait. You don't start here. You don't say one day I'm going to the beach, shirtless, going up to a random girl and give your number. You've done something else sneaky.
Yeah. Sneaky. You gotta think like...
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But this man, look at him in the back. See? He's like... He's trying so hard to get off on this ticket.
Because Ada, everybody's looking, and not only you're a good-looking guy, you got the Miami muscles, and you hugging her tight, and so everybody is looking at that.
I know, and it sucked because I knew the video looked so bad, and I told her I wish I could do that moment because it was nothing like the video made it look.
From her point of view, she said that you asked her for her phone number and invited her after. And then she also said that she lost your number, and that's why she looked to TikTok to try to find you.
Yeah. Honestly, no. She didn't have my number. She didn't even have my real name. I didn't even know they were recording either. So that threw me way off.
That's not good that you said that. That's not good that you... I didn't know they would record because I don't know, you know what I mean? That's not good that you said that, bro.
But hey, you know what? He didn't give her a real name. He didn't give her a real number. So let's find out why he was in this situation to begin with. Ladies, you can put a 4 in the chat if you agree with what I'm about to say. Guys, sometimes y'all stink, okay? You don't even know. And let me tell you, women really appreciate it when you come smelling like... What is, don't matter. Ladies, no, put a 4. All right, when you smell good, they appreciate that. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, Scentbird. Scentbird is a subscription-based service that allows you to try a new fragrance every single month that you choose. So you want to go with the Prada, you want to go with the Gucci, you want to go with whatever, it doesn't matter. You can get the high-quality colognes out there at your door. The thing about high-end colognes is that they're expensive. You want to buy a bottle that can cost anywhere from $150 to $600. So with Scentbird, you get these great samples that last you more than a month, And then at that point, you can try it on, see if you really rock with it. And then from that point, if you want to get a
not feeling the red there.
And keep switching up your scents so you keep it fresh. You feel me?
It comes with these really cool cylinders that are super easy to use. You just pop it up here, boom, that's it. Super easy to use, okay?
And I actually got two of them. I got one from Versace and one from Dolce & Gabbana. One's called Eros, and the other one is called Cool, which is a little bit of French smart. Hey, if you use